straight away around the wicket. Straight away into the rib cage of Sourav. The line is good. He's got 3 slips in place. And we have all the makings here of a very good match to come. It's the going to be a challenge.
Morning, Ravi, and hello to all of our viewers. Would be delighted to see these conditions with a bit of bounce in the pitch, because it means that they can utilise their full pace attack, and they've done exactly that.
Gillespie, Brett Lee and Glenn McGrath playing in the team together. Also got the first runs on the board for India. Ganguly off the mark.
Two most important batsmen, Sachin Tendulkar, who's come on strike now, and Sourav Ganguly.
Looking for the pull, Tendulkar.
Well, that's a good sign for India. It means that he's in a very aggressive frame of mind. This is always a great challenge. Glenn McGrath versus Sachin Tendulkar. They've had some terrific battles. Just getting the underneath edge on that one, but the important thing is the frame of mind.
Good delivery, came back off the scene. India 1 for no loss. The same that played in the first match against Kenya. Brett Lee, arguably the fastest bowler in world cricket at the moment. We should enjoy these conditions. Sourav Ganguly on strike.
Steve Waugh had 3 slips for Glenn McGrath, but only 2 for Brett Lee.
Up some pace here. It's got the feeling that once they bounced a little more than he would have liked.
Well, the Australians have certainly got Ganguly hopping. You'll see here both feet are off the ground. That's never a good sign.
I think for sure if the ball is pitched up, Ganguly is going to have a go. Very important that the Indians come out with a very positive frame of mind.
In a knockout competition, you want to get in there and do some damage early on.
It's in the air, pass point. First boundary of the match. 6 for no loss. Tendulkar, the man on strike now. That's in the air. He could be out caught here. In fact, it's gone all the way. Strange shot from Tendulkar. And I would imagine he would consider himself lucky to get away with this.
It was a wild shot from Tendulkar, and the interesting thing is Gillespie misjudged it totally. He thought that he had to come in to take the catch. He was running well inside the rope. Now you see him backing off. He realises it's carrying a long way, a lot further than he expected. And I think Glenn McGrath got the biggest shock of all when it went for 6.
McGrath again. Intent pretty much clear. He's going to take the attack to the opposition. Magnificent record against the Australians. He's the 1 wicket they want. As he's playing on the patience of the batsman. And he goes for the pull, doesn't quite time it. 12 for no loss, India. 3 men in the ring. Now that will be a wide.
A bit too far. Aware that in a knockout competition you can do a lot of damage in those early overs.
No real foot movement.
Captain's
just 1 run in that over. 13 for no loss, India.
No doubt that Tendulkar's game plan is to take every opportunity that he sees. He thinks the ball's there to be belted. He's going to try and belt it.
The line's good from McGrath here, testing the patience of the master batsman.
Lovely line. That's one of Glenn McGrath's great strengths. Sachin Tendulkar showed in Perth. And
hammered down the ground. That's a tremendous blow for six. An easy shot to play. But Tendulkar has executed that shot perfectly.
Well, that's why he's such a dangerous player. Not too many guys have got the courage of their convictions to charge Glenn McGrath, smack him down the ground. What he's trying to do is unsettle McGrath so that he varies his length a little bit.
Down the track again and smash back for 10 of 2 balls.
Well, this is very good tactics by Tendulkar as long as he can carry it off, because he's probably seen McGrath on a few occasions in the final overs where the batsmen have got after him, and it does cause a variation in his length. McGrath then.
Now what can be expected? McGrath steaming in. And that a misfield here. Another couple of runs, so everything happening.
Former Australian left-hand batsman, he always says that Steve Waugh misfields one every day. Well, he's had his misfield, and as far as Steve Waugh is concerned, it couldn't have come at a worse time, because Tendulkar's just whacked a 6 and a 4. The last thing he would have wanted was to give him a couple more runs.
Score after 5 overs. 25 for no loss. Now it's Lee. Have to wait for the umpire signal here. Umpire signal, so Tendulkar on strike for the first time to Brett Lee.
Well, already Tendulkar's plan has worked a little, because after the 6 and the 4, the next ball from McGrath was on leg stump.
That's good running.
Well, that'll have just an equally frustrating effect on the Australians if they're going to just work the ball around in between hitting some boundaries. And that'll mean that Steve Waugh then has to think about changing those field placings.
That's got away fine. And into the boundary. Leg guy signal. So the runs coming thick and fast here for the Indians. Right thing here, he's not trying anything flash. Yes, there's no doubt that McGrath would love to have a crack again at Tendulkar.
And slightly deep at backward point. It's time now to say welcome to another great opening batsman, but I suspect he might have turned into a very aggressive and positive by umpire Steve Bucknor. Australian fast bowlers, they came out firing, and Brett Lee, his third ball was a bouncer, knowing fully well it would be called a no ball, so they come out full of aggression. But Sachin Tendulkar has come out of the game plan as well, and he's come out convinced that he's going to attack and take the attack to the opposition. And you really cannot get better cricket than this. This is cricket of the very highest order. He doesn't pitch the ball up much. Not so much that he doesn't bowl short either. See, that's a good comeback by McGrath. He's beaten him a couple of times. It's alright being positive. You have to try to be positive, but it is risky. No doubt at all. Oof. Close. He's just coming back to that little moment. Soon after Tendulkar had hit McGrath for a 6 and a 4 at the end of that over, as you'd expect, McGrath had something to say. He normally has a comment or two all the time. That for me is the best of the lot. Not the chassé down the pitch. I think that was fantastic. That was just short of the length, and he got in position so quick that he hit it basically only just behind square. And normally somebody like McGrath, when you're looking to hook him like this, you get it behind square, but he's picked that up. Whoa. Well, all of you watching this in India, I don't know what your hearts are doing, but mine's in overdrive, I can tell you that. This is, I don't know, I don't care if it's one-day cricket, not test cricket, this is cricket of the very, very highest order. He's just given the width. He's playing on Tendulkar's ego at the moment. I think he's playing on the fact that Tendulkar is going to attack him. And being an attacking bowler himself, McGrath is willing to grant him that little bit in effort to get more.
He pitched it up deliberately wide. So go on, chase it. If you want it, you're going to have to go for it wide. Beautifully thought out. And after this shot, he just gave a little nod of the head, did Sachin, as if to say, yeah, that was a bit silly, that, a bit over-aggressive.
Great players of our times in a great contest. 38 for no loss. What a shot! Now then, this is not a one-man show. There's a band at the other end as well. Oh dear, oh dear, what a shot that was. Oof.
No, that was the Prince of Calcutta at his best. Whoa, did he hit that on the rise? Look at this. And that's all he'd be doing. And as you say, if he'd have succumbed to that thought by thinking, well, I'll bat at 4 or I'll put Sachin up. There's always some people want to criticise the captain of a team. Sometimes you can play well and just be out.
43 for no loss. Main course. Len McGrath to Sachin Tendulkar. Hit it into the ground, not quite in the middle of the bat. Wonder they should be looking for 3 here. Ganguly is sent back by Tendulkar now. Is that slightly average running or is that a sign of confidence? I'll take McGrath. And Steve Buckner's telling Tendulkar, just be careful where you're running on.
Well, he got enough batter on that, not perfectly timed, but he went to deliberately hit it down so that if he mishit it a little bit, there was no chance of being caught out. Changed his mind. I think he was going for the pull again and then changed his mind at the last minute.
When you're playing a bowler of the quality of McGrath, and Tendulkar in the kind of form he is in, he's bound to play and miss, and I think he's given himself that margin when he's come out to bat.
No, but he's just get over-aggressive now, isn't he? You see, the captain just walked down the pitch and had a little word with him. He just walked down as Ganguly and just said, confident, over-aggressive, and he gets himself out. Oh, that wasn't the batsman. If you watch the bounce of the ball.
He telegraphed that, didn't he? He was coming down the wicket very early and did well, actually. He knew McGrath was going to give him a glare. He turned away from him.
I like that. That's a nice bit of cricket. He knows that he's bowled well as McGrath. He's not had much good fortune. A couple of smacks off him have gone to Tendulkar, but he's bowled pretty well, I tell you. And actually, if the two Indian batsmen were to have a little chat, they've actually got off to a flyer. They don't need to carry on now.
Just past the field now. His outfield going to take it to the boundary. Harvey's out for it. He's good. Just to outfield, just a touch slow today. It's had a bit of rain. 9 hours gone. 47 for no loss.
Have to be over-aggressive now. Just bat.
Man on the boundary, just short of him in 4. Those are the ones that tease and taunt you. Do you go for the catch? Jason Gillespie, the fielder there. Do you give it 100%? Do you go for the catch? Do you say, hang on, if I miss it, it's going to carry for 4, and he got caught in no man's land?
Well, that wasn't quite up to normal Australian feeling, I don't think. I wouldn't say it was bad, but the standards are quite high for Australia, and this is a sort of nothing.
Slow ball outside edge.
Whoa, that was beautifully bowled. It seemed to not only be a slower ball, but as if it drifted into him a little bit. And he never uses his feet at times with Ganguly. He stays in his crease and has that wonderful ability to time the ball. Watch the footwork, and it just comes out slow, and it just offers to come back, and it's a good job he got a little nick. I think the problem here with Sourav Ganguly is not using his feet.
Sneak a leg by in there. Buzzed the moment Brett Lee came on to bowl. And suddenly everything that we'd seen in this tournament before tended to get cast aside in terms of sheer speed. His first ball was 86, his second 89, and soon he's hitting 92.
Really an opening pair have bowled quite well. They've made the batsman play and miss. Yes, there have been some glorious shots, but I don't think I'd be unhappy with the way McGrath and Lee have bowled. They beat the bat, beautiful slower ball by Lee. I heard Ian Chappell this morning say that this lad's a pretty quick bowler. See, beaten again. Beautifully bowled, 52 for none.
Round the wicket, of course, to the left-hander. So sometimes you drag yourself into the danger area. Oh, well done. Beautifully done by Brett Lee. Got the feel with the bounce. He judged the bounce well. It came to him on the first bounce at third man. He's just bowled it over and he came running in very quickly. That was wonderfully done. Just a single.
Hit over the top to the shortish boundary, but it bounced nicely for the fielder. A lovely comfortable bounce.
Come out like two gun shooters, haven't they? Gunslingers. Now McGrath. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. That should go all the way.
So I think they've arrested the initiative from the Australians, but now they can settle down to be positive in the batting and play orthodox shots like this. I don't think they need to be slogging anymore. They've rode a little bit of luck and some good fortune with some exceptionally good shots. I mean,
now Glenn McGrath saying, is there any justice at all? I've gone past the bat any number of times. I don't know how much they've paid to get into the jump, but already they've got a fair amount of their...
half volley and he squeezed it square in the wicket. Oh, the rifle bullet. Not impressed with that. McGrath, 2 full, 62 for none.
This is turning out to be a garland of the most beautiful flowers this morning.
Now he's just played the second orthodox cricket shot. Now I think this is what India needs. Batsman anyway, he's Tendulkar's got a great array of shots. Doesn't need to do any wild swings now and try and get on top of the bowlers. India are already on top.
He's playing, which we saw from Ganguly.
Cross there, isn't it? Oh, you silly idiot, he's saying to himself. This is the danger that once you start being very positive, aggressive, and you know the bowlers are bouncing you and after you, as Ganguly saying, just come on, settle down. You've got to keep a little bit of a cool head. Still be positive. You twerp, he's saying to himself.
Oh, Jeffrey, I did, and that's what surprised me. What? They are so good in the slips, these Australians. Damien Martin, the catcher. Tendulkar flirting outside the off stump. Just a ball after Ganguly went down to him. And Brett Lee has got the breakthrough. Oh, heaven knows what Australia would have been willing to give for that. 66 for 1 in the 12th over.
Yeah, you see this ball is a good length. He's trying to hit it on the up. And eventually they've got just reward of the Australians. They've finally got a nick. nicely caught, straightforward. And one of them's deserved a wicket because they both have bowled quite well.